Welcome back to another episode of Two Things Can Be True. I'm your host, Brandon. If you can't tell, it's an SU type of day. If you watching it on video, it's an SU type of day. Got my SU cap on. 801 Hardin Boulevard. If you know, you know. I ain't got to tell you. Baby. SU. SSSSSSU. Waiting on football season. Wrapping up right now with the NBA. Before we get into that, we set some goals. We set a goal. I said the last time on the podcast that I was going to create an Instagram account because sometimes I want y'all to see what I'm talking about. So we created the Instagram account. Two Things Can Be True Pod. We created an Instagram account and a Fanbase account. Same handle. Two Things Can Be True Pod. Spell it out. Two Things Can Be True Pod. Link will be in the description. I'll link it so you'll be able to find it. Once again, that's Two Things Can Be True Pod. We on IG. We on Fanbase. How many of y'all heard of Fanbase? I heard about it a couple of years ago. And the best way I can describe Fanbase, it is, first of all, media company, entertainment, social media company owned by Isaac Hayes III. Yes, that Isaac Hayes, his son. And to explain Fanbase, I always tell people it's like Instagram, Facebook, Patreon, all that wrapped up into one. Like, check it out. Check it out. See it for yourself. See if you like it. But you can find us on Fanbase also. And we got a sponsor this week. We have a sponsor this week. Wait, I got to go into sponsor mode. That's when they cut. And then it goes to a nice white lady talking and telling you about this, but I'm the white lady. But anyway, we got a sponsor this week. Our sponsors is by Nissan Altima and Black Air Force Ones. When you want a job done right, call us no matter what time of night. Once again, our first sponsor is by Nissan Altima and Black Air Force Ones. When you want a job done right, call us no matter what time of night. We're in no way affiliated with Nissan Altima or Black Air Force Ones, but when you want a job done right, call us anytime, day or night. Also, we have another sponsor, which is near and dear to me. This involves my family and a loss that we had around 1993, 1994. My sister lost her edges, and the family, we hadn't been able to find them since. So my sister lost her edges. The family, we've been searching, coming up blank. So if you see or hear anything, once again, my sister lost her edges in 93 or 94. So if you saw some edges around that time and you think that it may be able to help the family, go ahead and reach out to us, 1-800-MY-EDGES. That's 1-800-693-3437. And just you can leave an anonymous tip. You don't have to say your name. There will be a cash reward. So once again, the number is 1-800-693-3437. You may also text EDGE to 33437. Once again, you can also text EDGE to 33437. Let's get back to the show. Yo, if you can't tell, this is the podcast, Two Things Can Be True. One thing I like to do, I like to laugh. If you ain't laughing, you ain't living. So that's one thing you're going to do around me in my presence. You going to laugh. You going to laugh some way or another. Keep listening. If you ain't laughed yet, keep listening. You will. Go ahead. Put a smile on your face. But before we get into anything, how y'all doing? No, for real, how are you doing? Because it's not enough when people ask us how we doing and they expect us to say, oh, I'm blessed, I'm highly favored, oh, this, that, and the third. No, how are you really doing? Because at the end of the day, it's okay to be not okay. You got to get okay, but it's okay to be not okay, but get okay. It's okay to be broke, but you got to be on your way to some money. It's okay. It is okay here at the Two Things Can Be True podcast. So I told y'all about the updates on the goals, IG fan base. This is episode 4 of 10. We got 6 more to go. I get a new computer so I can edit faster, get more content out there. So we on track with that one. A new goal I want to make, this may not be next week, but a new goal is to get everything on Apple or Spotify, because right now we just on YouTube. So a new goal is to get everything on Apple, Spotify, so we can so you have different options to listen there. You don't just have to look at my face. You can just hear my voice if you so choose. So that's a new goal. Give me 2 weeks. Some things I want to research before I do it. So give me 2 weeks and we will be on Spotify, Apple Music, along with the visuals on YouTube. We rolling, baby. We cooking. What they say? Let me cook. Let me cook. I'm cooking. Let me cook. NBA Finals. Miami Heat. Denver Nuggets. First of all, Nikola Jokic, I think he's a spy. He's Serbian? When in your life, and this is the only reason I think he's a spy, because I saw that movie Salt with Angelina Jolie. And the man is 7 feet tall. He can handle the ball. He can run with the ball. He can pass the ball. That man was built in a lab in Russia. That man was built in a lab. There's no way what he's doing is humanly possible. Mr. Triple Double? What? He never disappoints on FanDuel. Never disappoints on FanDuel. Mr. Triple Double. But I don't know. This game coming up, two things. The Heat just came off a 7-game series, and the Nuggets been resting for the past week and a half or so. Different schools of thoughts on teams coming off a 7-game series and teams coming off rest. I don't know. I don't know. I think the Nuggets is the more complete team, but Miami showed us that they just don't go away like that. Playoff Jimmy, that is a real thing. Once Bam get going, like, that's a real thing. That's the only thing I would look out for once they get going. I have seen sometimes with the Heat, take them a while to get going. Sometimes Bam may be out. Sometimes Jimmy may be not. So, but the Denver team, I see them as it seems like they just start ready. So, I don't know. I'll be putting money down on it on FanDuel. My favorite thing to do, donate to FanDuel. Make a 10-leg parlay, lose it by 9, donate to FanDuel. That's all we doing out here. Keeping up with the NBA. Y'all know I like to watch these stupid commercials on TV. And the commercial that has me rolling right now, Charles Barkley, old Chuck and new Chuck. I don't know why that commercial tickles my fancy. Pause. But Charles Barkley talked to new Chuck, right? Excuse me. Charles Barkley talked to new Chuck. And he say, "What up? Looking good, new Chuck." And new Chuck say, "Looking good too, old Chuck." I don't know why that's so funny to me. But new Chuck talking to old Chuck. New Chuck say, "Looking good too, old Chuck." I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it is funny. Oh, man. Other things I've been watching on TV besides these stupid commercials. I saw the movie Missing. That is with Neil Long and Storm Reed. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. I must say, from beginning, it took me like 2 days to watch it because I found myself in that space where I wasn't watching a movie. You ever watch a movie and you think you into it until you get like 47 minutes in and you start asking yourself, who are these characters? So I wasn't paying attention, went back and watched it. It's a good movie. It's basically about this girl, Storm Reed. Her mother, Neil Long, went on an overseas trip, right? She was supposed to be back because she was supposed to pick her up from LAX, but the mother never returned. So now Storm has to go on her computer. Pretty sure she doesn't have a slow computer like mine because she pretty much went on a computer, did the research. I love the way that they showed her doing the research. I love the way that it was focused on her and the computer because for the life of me, I cannot understand why when people need things, they feel the need to, if you go to your apps on your iPhone, they have them listed in alphabetical order, right? So Facebook, Google, listed in alphabetical order. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. F comes before the G. Facebook comes before Google, but it's right there, F and G. People will bypass that. People will bypass the Google search engine app, press Facebook, and proceed to write, "I'm in search of such and such. Anybody know anybody around here that does this? Anybody know who got a bouncy house?" You passed up all that Google, all that Bing. You could even said, "Hey Siri." You passed all that up to go on Facebook and to bother us, asking us, you in search of this, and to ask us. You did all that. You did all that. This little girl sat behind that computer and, am I out of time? Why is it blinking? Oh, that's still going. This little girl sit behind that computer the entire time and did a search in another company. She even hired a task rabbit. I don't think they called it task rabbit in the movie, but she even hired somebody, a private detective, to go find her mother. And we sit there and we go to Facebook and ask Facebook for a bouncy house for our little cross-eyed 5-year-old. Do better, people. Do better. Stop going on Facebook asking us, do we know stuff? Yeah, we do, but your phone know it too. Go to Google. Ask your phone how to do this. Stop coming on Facebook asking us stuff. School is out. And I know school is out because I see these kids walking around every day. And I started to think, I may do this. I've been thinking about segments to do too, because one thing you know about me, I will go down a good rabbit hole. I will sit here for hours on hours and go down. What's the girl name? Muni. First, what's it? Muni Long? Money Long? I don't know what her name is. She got that song, Hours and Hours. When I first heard that song, I was in the car. I was riding with somebody in the car. They came on the radio and it said HRS, HRS. I was like, oh, his and hers. That's a good song. I got the craziest look of all time. My nigga, what? Hers and who and what? You mean hours and hours? Are you not listening to her right now? She's telling you what she's saying. She's saying hours and hours. Are you not listening right now? But anyway, I can sit here for hours and hours, go down a rabbit hole. And I started to think, when I saw these kids out of school, I started to think about them being in school and being suspended. Because right now, being home for summer break is like being suspended, but it's all good. You're not in trouble. You get to be at home. When kids are suspended from school, think about this. Suspend a kid from school in this day and time, right now, 2023, they will actually learn more at home than in school that day. Hear me out. Let me cook. Let me cook. If you suspend a kid from school in 2023, they will actually learn more at home than in school. You know why? Because they have TikTok. They have TikTok. I was talking about those folk earlier that go to Facebook to ask questions, but I'm guilty of the same thing. Not Facebook, but TikTok. This is the part of the universe that we in right now. This is the part of the metaverse that we in right now. I needed to know something the other day. I didn't go to Google. I didn't go to Facebook. I actually went to TikTok and typed in what I wanted. You know the funny part? It was there. It was there. I forgot what I was searching, but I went to TikTok, typed it in. It was there. Here's the thing about TikTok. You type in what you're looking for, and you have at least a whole 10, 12 videos pop up exactly what you want. And I'm like, oh my God, I am actually learning from TikTok right now. Like, yo, and you think about a kid, they use TikTok, social media way more than we do as older people. And if you suspend a kid from school and they're at home all day, they will actually be on TikTok. Some of the time would be wasted, but there's some of the times that you find yourself in automotive TikTok, disabled TikTok, wheelchair TikTok, computer TikTok, microphone podcast. You can find yourself in different versions of TikTok. And I'm like, yo, that's really where we at right now. These kids will actually learn more on TikTok than they would at school. A squared plus B squared equal what? What come again? I got suspended the whole day and I learned how to change oil, unclog a pipe, unclog a toilet. Like, yo, speaking of, y'all know I like to do my own work around my house. Staying in an apartment, you can call a landlord. When you stay in your house, you are the landlord. So far, I done taught myself HVAC skills, air conditioner went out, learn how to fix that. Your boy can lay pipe now. Your boy laid pipe. My pipes in my kitchen were leaking. Went to Lowe's, got the pipe, laid them. Yes, I lay pipe now. Once again, if you need some pipe laid, you can also, that number that you text for my sister's edges, you can also text me if you need some pipe laid. 33437. Just put pipe instead of edges. So text pipe to 33437 and we can come get you some pipe lays. Two things can't be true. But no. It was leaking. I looked it up, researched what I need. Went to Lowe's. And first of all, let me tell you about Lowe's. Now, fellas, I ain't here to drop no dimes on nobody, but I just found this out for the first time. Lowe's is where married men go to get away from their wives. I just found, hey, I ain't mean to drop no dime on you fellas. I didn't, but it was new to me. So it caught me off guard. As y'all know, I go see my grandmother every night, right? So I leave the nursing home and I go to Lowe's. Lowe's don't close till about 10 o'clock. So I'm in Lowe's walking around looking for a pipe that I need. Pause. And I notice it's just a bunch of men walking around. I ain't paying no attention. It's Lowe's. That's what they do. The pipe was too short, so I had to go back the next night and get a longer pipe. Pause. I go back the next night and it's more men there. And I'm like, yo, like, and I put it together. I'm like, oh, this is where they come to get away from their wife, because there's no reason you should be in Lowe's at 9:30 at night looking for rubber cement. Oh, you getting away from your household. Oh, I see what it is. I see what it is. You trying to get away from the old ball and chain, huh? Trying to get away from the old bag. I saw one dude, he had an old fashioned in his hand. I'm like, yo, they got drinks here? Yo, what a bar. What? I want a drink too, yo. But yeah, I have pictures up of that too. The pipe that I put down, I have pictures of that on the Instagram and Fanbase page. So once again, there's two things can be true pod. Everything that I talk about in the show that requires a visual, I will have it on the podcast. Some serious news. I saw something that was disturbing last week. The kid that jumped overboard from that cruise ship into the ocean. May his family have peace. I didn't know how to take that when I saw it. He was a kid. He just graduated. And I looked at it and I was like, man. And I read that his friends dared him. And I'm thinking, yo, like, come on now. First, you don't even know where to start. What kind of friends would you have to dare you to go into the ocean at night? Why would you jump into the ocean at night? And of course, we don't want to question people when things like that happen. They're not here to defend themselves, so we don't question that person's actions. Only thing that we can do is give peace to the family and hope that they find peace throughout this, because we pretty much know the fate of it, right? Once you decide to jump into the ocean in the middle of the night, we know the fate of it. Here's the thing, though. When they showed that cruise ship, it was dark. I remember seeing something on Tik Tok about how dark the ocean is at night. And I sit back and I'm like, yo, I never really recognized, had a reason to think, never been on a cruise ship before. I'm one of those people that's almost 40, don't know how to swim. But I never realized that it was that dark in the middle of the ocean. We don't see that darkness on land. There's always a light somewhere. Even if you got bad lighting in your neighborhood, there's always a light somewhere. And I'm on like nighttime cruise ship TikTok, and people are showing like the cruise ship and then they showing the ocean. And I'm like, yo, it is really dark in the ocean. There are no lights. Besides the cruise ship, there are no lights. Even when you watch Titanic, it's a movie, so they have lighting and they have to, light it to show you what they're doing. But even to think about Titanic, when that ship went down and the lights started to go off, those people were in the pitch black ocean. Nothing else out there. Also led me to start thinking about our people, my people, the ancestors. When they came over here on them ships, they were in the bottom. It hit me when I saw that. Wait a minute. They out there on a cruise ship with lights. When they brought these people over here, when they brought our ancestors over here, they was in the bottom of a cruise ship in the smack dab pitch black of the ocean. Just darkness. Got me thinking even farther. This ain't no cruise ship they was on. This was a big ragged ass ship that didn't work properly. And it ain't take 7 days to get from Africa to America, that including pit stops. It ain't take no 7 days. It took at least 3 months. You know what else is 3 months? A quarter in a year. We have 4 quarters in a year, 3 month quarters. It took a quarter to get here. So when we talk about our jobs in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, let's close out strong for the fourth quarter. It took a quarter. It took 3 months of the ancestors and the bottom of those ships to get from there to here. Inadequate food, inadequate restroom. 3 months. There's some more I want to say about that, but say that for later. You got to pay to get the rest. You got to pay to get the rest of that, because I can talk all day. We start talking about the ancestors. Start talking about these things. I will talk all day. I'm saving some stuff for exclusive content. So pretty soon, add to the goal. I'm saving some things for exclusive content, maybe a Patreon, maybe something like that. So if you want to hear those thoughts and things like that, expanded into detail, it's coming soon. Coming soon. That's pretty much all I had. Let me check my notes. Yep, gave you an update on what we're doing. We got a IG and a fan base now. 2 Things Can Be True pod is gonna be linked in the bio. What else did we do? Yep, went over all the news. So remember, 2 things can be true. Are you really all right? Not just blessed and highly favored, all right? Are you really all right? And if you're not, it's okay. You just got to get okay. I'm your host, Brandon, and I'm out.